Hello and welcome to the CIF North Coast Section Division 6 Softball Championships on PlayOnSports.com. It's the PlayOnSports.com pregame show live from Wildcat Field in Ferndale, California. I'm Frank DiRienzo on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Today's matchup features the visiting Laytonville Warriors against the host Ferndale Wildcats. Laytonville comes into today's game with an overall record of 13-8, while the home team Ferndale is 18-6. And both of these teams didn't have all that hard of a time getting through the playoffs this time around, and we're going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups here for the Laytonville Warriors. Batting first, number 20 is going to be Maria Diaz. Batting second and playing catcher is going to be Ariel Courtwright. Batting third is going to be Mandy Brott, and she's going to be playing first base. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot is going to be the pitcher, Natalia Cockwell. Batting fifth is going to be Taylor Sanderson. Sixth is Emma Brott. Seventh is Kate Rosenthal. 8 is Brittany Rosenthal. 9 is going to be Tori Trom, and batting 10th is going to be Linnea Mitchell. And it's the first strike. And so that's going to be a ball inside. And they started pretty quick here on us. So it's 2-0 now. Here comes the pitch. And it's swing and a miss. 2-1 now against Maria Diaz. And it's going to be fouled off. It's going to be 2-2 now. And it's going to be a foul ball. Just swung through on that one, hit it right off the top of the ball. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be fouled right behind us. Still 2-2. And it's going to be outside. It's going to be a full count now, 3-2. And so Megan Early pitching. And it's going to be a little tapper out to second base, and she's going to throw it over to first, and she's going to be out. Megan Early during this season has 16-4, 2.65 ERA, and 7 complete games in there with 121.2 innings pitched. So she's their primary pitcher. And up to bat now is going to be Ariel Courtwright. And it's going to be foul right behind us. And it's going to be in the dirt. It's going to be 1-2 to Courtwright. Here's the pitch. And it's high. 2-2 now. And here's the pitch, and it's going to be swung through and missed. That was at her eyes there. Bad pitch to Chase. And so that's going to be 2 outs now. And so it's going to be Maddie Broad now. So Early doing pretty good here. And it's going to be foul ball. And so Megan Early with a pitch. And it's swung through. And she's had pretty good success with that pitch so far here early in this game. But she's using a lot of pitches to do it, so. And that's going to be outside. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be high, but she pokes it right up the middle. And the outfielder out there is going to get it, and she has herself a single.
Next up, number 33, Ty Cockwell.
And so Taya Cockwell up now, their cleanup hitter and their pitcher. She has a lady on first base now. And it's going to be poked into second to the shortstop, but it was mishandled there. And so now there's 2. Not sure if that was going to be registered as an error. And so Taylor Sanderson now up with 2 on base. And it's going to be right up the middle, right back to the mound. And she's going to throw her out there. So pretty good job by Laytonville getting 2 hits in a row there. But they're going to be turned away here. But they have been getting to early, very early in this game. And so the defensive alignment is going to be Natalia Cockwell at pitcher. It's going to be Ariel Courtright catching. It's going to be Mandy Broad at first base. Linnea Mitchell at second base. Maria Diaz at third base. Emma Broad at shortstop. Tori Traum in left field. Taylor Sanderson in center field. And Kate Rosenthal in right field. And coming up, due for the Ferndale Wildcats, is going to be Macy Brandstetter. And so it's a beautiful, just about 72 degrees here in Ferndale, with a light wind coming from behind home plate and heading out towards center field. So if somebody gets into one, the wind might carry it out here. And so up first is Macy Brandstetter. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be high. That's going to be ball 1. Lost a little handle on that pitch. I think she just needs to take a breather and settle in here. And it's high again, just about the same spot. So Courtright having to work a little bit here. And the pitch. And it's high again, same spot. She's having trouble with her command here. So that's 3 straight balls. So waiting for the Brandstetter to step in here into the box. And here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's a strike. And that's about knee-high on the outside part of the plate. And the 3-1 pitch. And it's too high. That's going to be ball. So base on balls for Brandstetter.
Number 1, Emma Gomes.
And so number 1, Emma Gomes, their center fielder, is batting second now with Brandstetter on first. And Brandstetter, one of their backup pitchers, they're on first. And I'm sorry, it's not Gomez, it's Gomes. I apologize. I wrote it down and everything. And it's going to be a swing through there. So Gomes, the 344 average during the regular season, 15 RBIs. A couple of doubles in there as well in the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. So 1-2 now. And the pitch. And it's going to be swung through, so a strikeout for Emma Gomes.
Next, Megan Early.
And so Brandstetter stranded out there on first. And up next is Megan Early, their pitcher. And so that's going to be a ball low. Megan Early hitting almost 500, a 493 batting average, 35 hits, 32 RBIs, 14 doubles. So hoping for a little magic here. And so a strike right over the knee there. A little bit of anger behind that pitch. And it's going to be hit, and it's going to be fouled off to the right-hand side. And so it's going to be a full count. And it's going to be right down the middle, but it's going to be poked to the right-hand side. Foul. Still 3-2. That pitch was right down the middle. Might have been a mistaken location. And it's going to be hit into the outfield. That's going to be a single, and it's mishandled out in the outfield there. And so Brandstetter is going to make it to third now, and that's going to be a single for Megan Early, showing her medal. There was a good pitch. The last couple of pitches were right down the middle, and she finally got a hold of one, poked it to the right-hand side. And it's going to be a ball, but they're going to let Early take second base on that. So Taryn DeMille with that. And it's going to be high. So 2 runners in scoring position here with 1 out. And it's going to be in the dirt, but she's coming home, and it's going to be mishandled. And we got a pickle here, and she gets back to third base safely. And so we're going to have a runner on third now. going to be Piccolo in. So Brandstetter with the run here. On the wild pitch. Terran DeMille reached on base on balls. That's going to be Piccolo now. Right down the middle. And so DeMille's going to go up to second base now, so 2 runners in scoring position yet again. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be low yet again. So struggling with command here right in the first inning. And Ferndale is taking advantage of it. And it's going to be inside. It'll be 3-1. So pitching a lot here for Natalia Cockwell. And it's going to be fouled to the backstop. It's going to be a full count yet again. The third batter in a row, 3-2. And so that's going to be a ball outside. It's going to be bases loaded now.
Up next, number 6, Kelsey Myers.
And so Kelsey Myers up to the plate and a chance to do some damage here as 3 runners on base, nowhere to put her. And so Cockwell in a corner now. And the pitch, and it's going to be fouled to the backstop. So 0-1 to Piccolo. And Piccolo has a .357 regular season average, 13 RBIs, so it's good. You want her up there. That's going to be fouled away. And so 0-2 now. First 0-2 count she's had so far. Piccolo has 25 hits over the regular season with .357. And it's going to be poked down the line, and it's going to be a foul ball. As the runners go back. And it's going to be hit right back to the pitcher, and she throws it, and she's out right at the plate. Since the force, all she had to do was step on the bag or step on the plate, and she was out. So a good decision there by Cockwell to throw it home. And so the bases will still be loaded, but a run does not score now. And that's going to be a strike. Got the inside corner of the plate there. So Taylor Miranda is going to hit it, and it's a little chopper right back, and it's going to be mishandled by the catcher, and so that's going to be a run scored there as she's going to get the RBI on the error. I'm sorry, no RBI. That's going to be a E1. And so not a good start here for Laytonville, as they already have 2 runs against them and the bases are still loaded. And they're coming down to the bottom of the lineup with Senestraro. Katrina Senestraro in to bat now. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be fouled back behind the grandstands here. And so 0-1. And so she has a chance to do some damage. And so it's going to be 1-2 now. And it's going to be a strike. 1-2. So 2 strikes. 3 women on. And it's going to be fouled right back to the backstop. So 1-2 still. And it's going to be fouled out to the backstop yet again. And that one was up at her eyes. She probably should have left that one alone. And it's going to be a pop-up right to the pitcher there, and she gets out of it with limited damage. 2-run score for Ferndale. 1 on an error by Cockwell. And so Ferndale getting to her early. Getting to Cockwell early, and now they're going to have a chance to strike back and maybe answer for some of these runs.
We take pride in doing the right thing in our community. That's why we're a sponsor of the California Interscholastic Federation North Coast Section Championship. Allows us the opportunity.
And so it's important to know that there were no stats listed for Laytonville, online or otherwise. And as we wait for the second inning to start here. So early coming back into pitch, and she got 2 outs in the last inning, but she surrendered 2 hits after that. But then Taylor Sanderson was put out to effectively end the inning. And so Laytonville can still strike here. They have the power to do it with their number 5 hitter, or number 6 hitter, excuse me, Emmett Broad, their shortstop.
For the Warriors, number 2, Emma Brock.
So Emma Broad standing in now as Early is about to pitch, and here's the pitch. And it's going to be foul right off the home dugout, 0-1. And it's going to be bunted, and it's going to be, was a pretty good bunt, but they were waiting for it. As Maria Diaz came up to play that one, it was tapped right out on the left-hand batter's box, and she was thrown out.
Next up, number 10, Kate Rosenthal.
So Kate Rosenthal in now. And so in softball, tendency is for the ball to go down, but since it's underhand here in softball, it tends to rise. And so that's going to be poked right to the first baseman, and it's going to be an unassisted put out for Kate Rosenthal. So Brittany Rosenthal now coming up. So Brittany Rosenthal coming in. And it's going to be popped up. And it's going to be out of play right near the dugout. it's going to be low in the dirt, ball. It's a 1-1 to Brittany Rosenthal. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be swing and a miss. 1-2 now. That one kind of had a little inside movement there, moving in towards Brittany. And that one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. And so it's going to be high in her eyes, and she swings through it, and that's going to be the third out here as she swings right through it. So Ferndale back out, and they had a somewhat interesting first inning as they scored 2, but not traditionally. So do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here today? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. As Cockwell settles in here and getting a couple pitches, she's not having a good game so far. A lot of pitches that last inning as they almost batted around. And so she can't be too happy with her performance here, but this is a good inning to reprieve yourself. And this is a good way to come back here. And so number 9 in the order, Bailey Collins. Number 12 is stepping into the batter's box now. And it's going to be outside yet again. And she might be having some troubles here. And so the pitch. And that one's going to be a strike. Just over the knee there. A borderline strike. 1-1. And the pitch. And it's going to be hit. And so she's going to be hit by the pitch there. She's going to take first base. And so unfortunate for Cockwell there, as she's already struggling here. And so back up to the top of the order now. It's going to be Brandstetter. And it's going to be foul. Back behind the grandstands here. And Macy Brandstetter is 0-1 to her. Runner on first. 0-1 pitch. And it's going to be popped up. And it's going to be caught here by Cockwell. She got underneath that one. It kind of spun in the air.
Up next is Emma Gomes, number 1.
That's going to be a pop-up to the pitcher. Up next is Gomes, and that's also popped up. And she's going to be thrown out since the catcher contacted the ball there and it landed into the batter's box. Some of the crowd is calling for a foul ball, but since the catcher touched it, it's definitely fair, and so she gets thrown out at first. And so 2 outs, and so Cockwell faring better this time around as Megan Early swings. And it's going to be 0-2. And that's going to be a foul ball back behind us. Still 0-2. So she's fighting off a couple tough pitches here. And that's right down the middle. It's going to be popped up, and it's going to be misread by the second base, and that's going to score a run. And so a little miscommunication there is going to plate the runner. And so Collins and so swing through there. So Collins scores on the little bizarre pop-up right behind first base. And so it's going to be hit, poked into the right field, and it comes back in quickly. And so runners at the corners now with 2 out.
And a Piccolo's next up.
And so that was Taryn DeMille. And so it's going to be 2-0. To number 23, Piccolo, and it's going to be a foul ball. And so the crowd getting busy with the umpire here on that call because it was right down the line there, but it is ultimately called a foul ball. And it's going to be low here. And so Piccolo, 357, 25 hits, 13 RBIs. And it's going to be outside, and that's going to be a walk. And so bases loaded situation again here in the second inning. So up next is Kelsey Myers. And so Kelsey Myers, 338, 24 hits, 9 RBIs during the regular season. So she can be a dangerous opponent up there at the plate as she swings through for the first strike, 0-1. And it's going to be a wild pitch, and she's coming home, and she's going to be safe. So on the wild pitch, again, Early's going to score on that one. And so runners in scoring position now. And so Laytonville having a little trouble getting out of 2 outs here. And the pitch. And it's going to be popped foul over the home dugout. And I've yet to see a left-handed batter here. I don't think there is one in this game. And so it's going to be a ball high. So Cockwell struggling here. And it's going to be tipped foul right behind the plate. It's going to be 2-2. Kelsey Myers. And it's going to be hit out to the outfield. And we'll have to see if she's going to get it. And she's going to mishandle it here. And she could get a triple here. And she does have a triple. And so she clears the bases on that. And so the coach is going to have a early second inning visit here as Ferndale is hitting the ball, but it's Laytonville having a little bit of defensive issues. And so Ferndale dominating in the first part of this game, 6-0 already. And so the coach taking a long talk with his pitcher out there. He seems to be struggling here. And so just letting her know, we need some innings out of you.
Next up for the Wildcats, Taylor Miranda.
So just breathe, calm down, and just pitch your game. And so here's the pitch. And it's going to be inside, ball one. And so this is going to be Miranda in the batter's box. And she's batting .216 with 11 hits, and that's going to be a foul ball right near my face here, right behind the home plate. It's a 1-1. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be swing and a miss, 1-2. And so it's going to be foul tipped. And again, a lot of foul tips here for Ferndale. And it's going to be hit pretty hard, and it's going to drop in front of the center fielder. And so the throw comes in quickly to hold her at first, but that's going to be another run there. As she knocked the cover off of that one into center field. And so that's going to be a swing and a miss for Sinistraro. And the pitch, it's going to be a foul. Almost took the third base coach with it. And it's going to be a strike, swing and a miss, strike three. And so Ferndale gets a couple more on the board here. It's going to be 7-0. And Laytonville can't be too happy with that, as Ferndale takes the field now. And so in contrast, early for the Ferndale Wildcats is having a pretty good game here. Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. And so we're waiting for inning number 3 to start here, as Ferndale is taking commanding lead in this game. It's 7-0. And so Laytonville needs to get something done here. And it's very hard to come back from even 4 or 5 runs, but 7 runs. It's going to take a little bit of a miracle here. But in softball, your luck can change just as that as the pitch. And it's going to be a ball. Low. So Tori Trom, the number 8 hitter, is up, and she swings and a miss. 1-1. And it's going to be a swing and a miss. 1-2. And so Early hasn't even gone through the lineup. And it's going to be a foul ball. She's only on the number 8 hitter in the entire game. Well, Ferndale has turned over the lineup 3 times now. And it's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Tori Trom strikes out. And it's going to be Early's second in a row. And it's going to be caught in bounds, and it's going to be thrown over to first. And so good heads-up play there. By Callings down there. Linnea Mitchell is out, and so quick 2 outs here. As Ariel Courtright steps in. Pitch is high. Ball 1. So Ariel Courtright struck out in the first inning. And so it's going to be a ball. So it's going to be 2-1. And it's going to be a foul ball. Late swing there. And Early's pitching very effectively here. And it's going to be hit. A little tapper out to second base, and she just tosses it over, and she's going to be out. So quick 3 outs for Early. Still 7-0 Ferndale. As Laytonville couldn't cut into the deficit, now Ferndale is going to come up yet again. And so Cockwell's been struggling at times, but this whole defense has been struggling in this game. As Ferndale's just about ready to come back up to bat, and they've had a good go of it so far. There's been hits and errors and just about everything in this game. And so we're just about ready here. And so number 12 is going to be Collings up to bat. And she got hit last inning and managed to come around and score. And so it's going to be a strike. And the pitch. And so it's going to be a strike. That same pitch, just a little bit closer to the corner of the strike zone. And it's going to be hit out to the outfield, and it's going to be caught. And so back up to the top of the order now. It's going to be Brandstetter. And so that pitch is going to be in the dirt. Brandstetter 1-0. So and so it's going to be poked right back up the middle, and so that's going to roll to the fence, and she's going to think about going to third, but stay right there on second. So a double for Brandstetter. Pretty good show of it there.
Next up is Emma Gomes.
And so Gomes has a chance to do some damage early here with one out in the third. And so it's going to be a ball outside. As Brandstetter thought about going there. And so Gomes pokes it, and it hits to shortstop, but she's not going to have a play on it. So it's just going to be ruled as an infield single. And so now runners at first and second now, with Megan Early, their pitcher, coming up to bat.
Megan Early.
And here's the pitch. And it's going to be inside. And Courtright back there quickly snuffs out that. And so it's going to be high again, ball 2. And Guckel's really struggling. And so it's going to be hit way out there. And so it's going to be caught out there by the center fielder. And Brandstetter is going to advance to third on the flyout. And so a little productive. And so it's going to be a fake bunt, and it's going to be a stolen base for Gomes. And ball, so it's going to be 2-0. And the best strategy here is probably to just go after the batter rather than worry about the runners on base, as she delivers a strike there, 2-1. And so it's going to be poked into the gap into center field, and that's going to plate 2. And so an official route has been started here. so DeMille with a good hit there.
Next up is Hannah Piccolo.
A 2-run single. And so she's the only one left on base now. As Piccolo comes up and it's in the dirt, ball 1. And it's going to be hit right to the shortstop, and it's going to take a bad hop right off her forearm there. And so we're going to have runners at first and second. And so that's going to be another infield single there. As Kelsey Myers comes up to the plate.
Up next is Kelsey Myers.
And here's the pitch. And it's going to be hit. Popped up, but be back out of play. So here's the pitch. And it's going to be a wild pitch there. And so they're going to advance on it, but that was ball 4 anyway, so it's going to be a base on balls for Kelsey Myers. So DeMille over there at third, Piccolo at second, and now Myers at first. And so bases loaded situation yet again here. And so we're having a little bit of an argument here between the coaches. And so it's going to be an illegal pitch there. And so the coach is going to come out to talk to the umpires here. And we'll try to figure it out here. So the runners advance on an illegal pitch. And so the bases aren't going to be loaded, but it is going to be a run, and now it's going to be 10-0. And it's going to be hit to first base, and she's going to go over herself and get him out here. And so some clarification on the illegal pitch. The pitcher did an illegal touching of the ball. And so that caused the balk. That caused another run, so it's 10-0 here. And so it's 10-0 now as we're starting the fourth inning. And so a couple of runs there, 3 to be exact, by Brandstetter, Gomes, and DeMille will give Ferndale a 10-0 lead. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be low in the dirt. And so it's going to be Mandy Broad. And she had a single back in the first inning. And it's going to be hit, but right back to the pitcher. Good extension there to get the put out. And it's going to be one away.
Up for the Warriors, Ty Cockwell.
It's a Natia Cockwell. And she's going to be swinging at the pitch in the dirt. It's going to be a strike one, 0-1. And so that's going to be in the dirt as well. It's going to be 3-0 now. So early taking it easy. And it's going to be hit down the line, and that's going to be a foul ball. So another close one down the third base fail line this time. And so it's going to be 2-2. I apologize for the other call. 3-2. Now it's going to be 3-2 as that didn't even make it to home plate. Rolled into the catcher's glove there. And it's going to be popped up. Back behind us here. So still full count. And it's going to be fouled back again. So fighting off some tough pitches here. And it's going to be ball 4, and so she waits out the walk there. And so Taylor Sanderson is going to come in now with 1 on and 2 out. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be hit right near the fists. And it's going to be high. And, ooh, she tosses it real fast down to first. And Cockwell had to get it dirty there to get back to the base. She almost got caught off guard. So 2-1 the count, and here's the pitch. And it's going to be hit, but it's going to be foul. So 2-2 now. 2-2 pitch. And it's going to be fouled behind us. And that was one that she probably should have left outside. She kind of reached for that one. And that's how Early's had the success in this game. She's and so it's going to be an out, and Cockwell advances on the steal. And it's going to be 2 outs now. And Taylor Sanderson strikes out. So up next is going to be number 2, Emma Brott, as she hits it foul. And so it's going to be foul again, 0-2. So runner in scoring position out there. And they desperately need that run. So here's the pitch. And it's going to be a little floater. And it's going to be 1-2 now. That one was real close to the top of the strike zone. And it's going to be right down the middle, but it's going to be fouled off. Hit somebody down there on the right-hand side. All the foul balls we've seen, everybody should be wearing gloves out here. So the 1-2 pitch. And it's going to be poked foul. And so she's fouling off a lot of pitches here. And it's going to be another ball here, 2-2. And the pitch. And it's in the dirt. It's going to be full count now to Emma Brott. And it's going to be outside, and that's going to be a ball. And so Laytonville gets 2 runners on base now. Cockwell at second, Brott at first, and that's going to bring up Kate Rosenthal. And she had a grounder right to the first baseman last time, but it was hit hard, and so we'll have to see if she can make something happen. And so the runners out there doing a good job bouncing around on the bases. And it's going to be swing and a miss. And so that's going to be a strikeout, strike 3 for early there. And so Emma Brock goes down on pitches.
Farmers Insurance is a proud sponsor of the North Coast Section CIF.
So do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. It's a pretty good program, and you should sign up for it. And so Laytonville back on the field here as the umpire's getting some changes here, but they're going to stick with Cockwell at pitcher. And Ferndale's up 10-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. And so it's the wind has picked up a little bit here. I'd say it's about 72, 73 degrees. So perfect day for baseball. Or softball, I should say. Any sport. Baseball or softball.
Now batting for the Wildcats, Nicole Volmer.
And so Volmer has now come into the game. And she hits it right to the first base, and it's going to be unassisted. And so she gets into the game, first swing, and she's out.
And next up for the Wildcats, Molly Fanlow.
And so Fanlow also coming into the game, and so their substitutes getting a chance to hit here, having a commanding 10-0 lead. And so it's going to be a strike. And it's going to be high. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be low. Ball 2, 2-1. To Fanlow. And so it's going to be a strike, low strike. Probably possibly trying to speed up the game here, 2-2. And so that's going to be high. It's going to be a full count now. And so it's going to be a foul. And so it's going to be very high as she loses command of it.
And next up, Macy Brandstetter.
And so she puts Fanlow on. And so Volmer and Fanlow took the place of Sinistraro and Collings, and now it's back up to the top of the order with Brandstetter. And she hits it, and it's going to be in there in left field. And so already a single for Brandstetter, and she's had a heck of a game here. As now here in the fourth inning, she has another single. She already has a double, a walk, and 2 runs. So next up is Gomes, who also has a single and also scored last inning. And so there's a strike. And so it's going to be foul right inside the batter's box. So 0-2. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be hit through the gap, and so that might score a run here. And so Fanlow's going to score. And so it's going to be 11-0 now as a good hit by Gomes. Another hit is going to put Brandstetter on third, and now it's going to be early. And Gomes is going on a steal there, and so 2 runners in scoring position yet again for their number 3 hitter, Megan Early. And here's the pitch. And it's going to be low. And she's coming home. And she's going to be safe at the plate. And so a good little close play there at the plate. But ultimately it's a run. And so it's going to be outside. And it's going to be hit pretty high there. And it's going to drop in yet again. And that's going to be a third run there. And so Gomes scores. And Megan Early gets another hit here.
Next up for Wildcat, Taryn DeMille.
And so Taryn DeMille comes in. She's 2 for 2 today. 2 singles in the second and third inning. Well, this has been the tail of the tape so far. And so that's going to be a ball. And so in the dirt, and that's going to advance the runner. And so Early makes it up to second base now. And she spent more time on the bases than in the pitching circle. And so that's going to be a strike, low strike yet again. And so it's going to be 2-1 to DeMille. And so it's going to be hit to the second baseman. It's a little mishandled there. And so another hit.
Next up, Hannah Piccolo.
And that's going to move Megan Early to third as Piccolo comes up to bat now. And so it's going to be a foul ball behind us. 0-1 there, and so Laytonville definitely struggling in this game. And here's the pitch, and it's going to be hit. Second baseman yet again, and she throws it, and that's going to be and so very frustrating for the Laytonville Warriors here as both runners advance. And so not a fun time out there for Laytonville right now. And so that's going to be a hit batsman, and so now the bases are going to be loaded. – 14-0, and so Ty Cockwell's struggling out there as the bases will be loaded for number 14, Miranda. So it's going to be DeMille at third, Piccolo at second, and Myers as Miranda steps in here. And so that's going to be a strike there. And so it's going to be hit right back to the mound, and they're going to get the out at first, but the run does score, and so it's going to be 15-0 now.
Next up is number 9, Nicole Volmer.
And so that'll put Piccolo on third and Myers on second. And so number 9, Volmer, is in. And swing and a miss. That makes it 2-1. And so that's going to be a ball low. 3-1 now. And so it's going to be another ball here, and that's going to be ball 4.
Up now for the Wildcats, Molly Fanlow.
So Piccolo, Myers, and Volmer now on base for Fanlow. And so 0-1 to Fanlow, who reached on a base on balls and eventually came around to score last inning. Strike 3. And so she finally gets out of it here as it goes down to the top of the 5th. And so Ferndale is definitely taking over this game. So we're into the top of the 5th. So stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we'll select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So Laytonville struggling here as morale is low on that side of the field. And so number 5, and so Laytonville's going to have to come up with 6 runs here since it's 16-0, or they're going to have to come up with 7 runs to stay in it for the remainder of the game because of a 10-run rule after the 5th inning. As Early steps back in. And it's going to be a strike right down the middle. And so it's going to be Brittany Rosenthal. She swings through that one. 0-1. And so time is called. As some debris needs to be cleared from the field out there in left field. And game on now. And she's started to think about it as it bounced up to the plate. It's 1-1. And it's going to be hit. Little tapper out to, and she's going to be taken care of down there first. And so Brittany Rosenthal, the number 1 put out. There is Laytonville may be down to their final 2 outs. It's 15-0, excuse me. Ferndale, I don't want to make it any worse for Laytonville. And so it's going to be 1-1. And it's going to be hit out to the outfield, but it's going to be caught out there. And so fly ball, well hit, but it doesn't escape the outfielder's glove. And so Maria Diaz is up to the plate now. So 2 outs here on top of the 5th. And so it's going to be fielded by the third base, and that's going to do it here in Ferndale as Ferndale emerges as the Division VI softball champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned to the playonsports.com for our post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action in our post-game show, and we'll have an interview with the player of the game that's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, the Ferndale Wildcats defeated the Laytonville Warriors 15-0 to win the Division VI softball championship in the North Coast section. You followed the action on playonsports.com. High school sports lives here.